next on Eyewitness News.
The Thanksgiving holiday brings an annual tradition back to New Orleans. I'm Maya Rodriguez, live at the Superdome. What you can expect from this year's Bayou Classic coming up.
I'm Danielle Nottingham at the White House. Coming up, President Obama sends his top diplomat to help broker peace between Israel and Hamas.
Plus, just when the holiday shopping season is kicking into full steam, some Walmart workers are protesting. We'll tell you why.
From WWL-TV, Louisiana's news leader, this is Channel 4's Eyewitness News at noon.
Good afternoon, I'm Eric Paulson. Thank you for joining us today. Downtown New Orleans is getting ready to host a Thanksgiving weekend tradition, the Bayou Classic. And as always, the Classic is more than just a football game. It's a major destination. Maya Rodriguez is live downtown at the Superdome with a look at what's in store for Grambling and Southern fans. And one thing we do know for sure, the weather's going to cooperate, Maya.
Boy, and they would love to hear that. Good afternoon, Eric. You know, this has become a huge event for the city. It's expected to attract about 200,000 people to New Orleans for this Thanksgiving holiday weekend. And this morning it officially kicked off. You had coaches, civic leaders, and elected officials kicking off the next few days of activities here. That included both Grambling and Southern cutting into a 39-foot Peace Po' Boy. It's 39 feet because it's the 39th anniversary of the Bayou Classic. And the Bayou Classic is expected to generate a $30 million economic impact on the city. And for the schools themselves, they'll raise about $1.3 million for scholarships. Here's what the coaches had to say about the importance of this game.
It's about the young man. It's about the community. It's about family, and it's about friends. The Bayou Classic brings all that together. And we need everybody to be a part of it. So you can see that both of these universities are headed in the right directions.
That's Grambling, that's Southern, that's how important this game is. And this game is being played, and I think everybody from the Visitor Bureau and everybody has let you know the impact of Grambling and Southern in New Orleans. And not only that it impacts New Orleans, but it also impacts both institutions. And I think that's the most important.
Now, all of the activities get started on Thanksgiving Day, Thursday, with a parade through downtown, a battle of the bands on Friday, and, of course, the game itself on Saturday with kickoff at 1:30 p.m. We're live at the Superdome. Maya Rodriguez, Eyewitness News.
Thanks, Maya. Should be a great weekend in town. As we first reported on our website, WWL-TV.com this morning, anti-toll activists are asking lawmakers and Jefferson Parish officials to contest the November 6th election. By a very close vote, the tolls on the Crescent City Connection Bridge were extended for another 20 years. Wade Perrin, chairman of the Voters League of Unincorporated West Jefferson, sent a letter to Parish President John Young, Jefferson council members, and members of the local legislative delegation to ask for a recount. As we said, it passed by a slim 16-vote margin with about 310,000 votes cast in 3 parishes. No word yet on if local leaders will comply with Perrin's request, but it's a story we are keeping a close eye on. Decatur Street is about to get a minor makeover, but not everybody's happy about it. Concerned residents, businesses, and commuters through the French Quarter are hosting a rally today. They have some big concerns about the plan. They think it'll lead to people speeding and more traffic. They also question 3 blocks of what they're calling bike lanes to nowhere. The rally is at Washington Artillery Park at 3 o'clock this afternoon. There's a new development today in the aftermath of Friday's oil platform explosion. The U.S. Chemical Safety and Hazard Investigation Board is now considering launching its own probe into the deadly accident. Officials say they're waiting to decide after the company that owned the platform, Black Elk Energy, responds to a subpoena issued yesterday. The company has until November 30th to respond. The U.S. Bureau of Safety and Environmental Enforcement is already investigating that deadly blast. Now, more on the injured workers in that blast. They're continuing their recovery at a Baton Rouge hospital this afternoon. Doctors say they're seeing progress with all 4 men, but they're still in a critical phase of recovery. All 4 are battling severe burns from the explosion and fire. In the meantime, the search continues for one missing worker. He's been identified as Jerome Malagapo. They found the body of the other missing man, Elroy Corporal, over the weekend. The New Orleans mother accused of killing her 2 young children is back in court today. Investigators say 23-year-old Chelsea Thornton confessed to murdering her 2 kids in a bathtub. Her family blames a mental disorder for her actions after Thornton stopped taking her medication. At a competency hearing today, at least one doctor is expected to address the court, trying to determine if the woman is fit to stand trial. Now to news overseas. President Obama has sent Secretary of State Hillary Clinton to the Middle East. Israel and the militant Islamic group Hamas have been trading rocket fire for about a week now with deadly consequences. And there's concern Israel will send in ground troops across the border. Danielle Nottingham has that story from the White House.
Jerusalem residents took cover when the air raid sirens sounded. Israeli officials say a Hamas rocket missed the city, landing harmlessly in the outskirts. The holy city had previously been considered beyond the range of Hamas rockets. Police say the missile was one of about 95 launched from Gaza on Tuesday. Several cars were hit, but no casualties were reported. In Gaza, an Israeli strike heavily damaged the Islamic National Bank. Israeli authorities say the bank was set up to avoid international sanctions on Hamas, the militant group that rules the Palestinian territory. Israel is also targeting Hamas leaders, but dozens of civilians have been caught in the deadly crossfire. Secretary of State Hillary Clinton is now on her way to the region in search of peace. She will meet first with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and then the Palestinian president, but not with Hamas leaders. The U.S. considers Hamas a terrorist organization and will rely on Egypt and other nations to use their influence with Hamas.
Our bottom line is that peaceful outcome has to include an end to rocket fire that threatens Israel.
Egypt has been working to broker a truce. Its president says Israel's aggression against Gaza will end today. Danielle Nottingham, CBS News, the White House.
In the past, Hamas attacks on Jerusalem were considered unlikely because a sacred Islam shrine is in that city. At some Walmart stores across America, workers are making a big threat. Will they walk off the job on the busiest shopping day of the year, Black Friday? A look at the issues behind the planned protest. Plus, how an NFL star is giving back to New Orleans this Thanksgiving holiday.
We started in the 40s this morning, but we're already up to near 70 degrees. We'll talk about afternoon temps and a look ahead to Thanksgiving coming up in my forecast.